I recently purchased this foosball slash football arena, soccer arena, depending on what part of the world you're in, game set. And I wanted to go over what I would term the issues with this specific game set. So there's a couple of them. First of all, you are going to have to make sure you're on a relatively even level surface. So let's say, for example, your table is not flat. The ball is not going to kind of move properly. So I'm just going to take this and kind of move it down. So now it's at an angle. And so the ball's just going to consistently move over to that side. Now there's no feet or anything on the bottom that you can use to correct that. There's a bunch of holes on the bottom, but there's no feet or anything that come with the set, so you can correct the leveling. So if your table, wherever you're playing, your kids are playing this at, isn't 100% level, the ball's constantly going to go to the one side. The other thing that I would say is an issue, now this isn't a huge issue, but it is an issue, is that the way you score, it doesn't actually have a net. And so with 3 kids, I can see that easily turning into multiple issues. What I would actually prefer if these balls, it feels like just like metal-ish, I would actually prefer if there was like a magnet back here. So if it got back far enough, it would actually get stuck, right? So what's going to happen is, let's say it makes that noise, but it's not going to be very loud. One of my kids, I guarantee you, is going to say, up, it hit it. And the other person say, nope, I hit the thing and made the noise, and it wasn't actually the ball making the noise. And so it's going to turn into a fight or an argument. I definitely would have preferred if there was a more for sure way to score. Now, again, it's not the end of the world, right? I'm just thinking as a parent, like what issues are my kids going to have with this? And that is scoring not being 100% for sure on this, to me, is definitely going to make it more of an issue, right? I definitely would have preferred if they would have made this deeper, so that way, it pulled in. I also would have preferred if they would have put like a magnet of some sort, so when the ball comes up against it, it actually stops and gets stuck back there. And so then up, it went in, 100%, not just, making the noise by hitting the little bell thing that is right there with the little ball, right? So that's going to be the noise. But if it barely taps it, it's just not going to hardly make any noise at all. And so then there's going to be a fight and an argument. Beyond that, there's not really any issues with this at all. I do love the fact that you can add stickers or not if you choose. I haven't added those yet. You can choose to add those if you want. It's got little flags that you can add onto the flagpoles. It's got these little like building block spots, so you can put a bunch of like minifigures or something around the outside if you want to have them as spectators. So that's going to be a pretty cool option as well. So overall, it's definitely a cool set. Those are just a couple of the issues that I foresee with this little football slash foosball table set.